Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching episode 18 of my Mystery Monthly Minis. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to episode 18 of my Mystery Monthly Minis. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 150 samples in my sample collection, and my wife has kindly poured one into this blue Glencairn glass. I will nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. Shall we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. My glass has got whiskey coin from the Scotch Test Dummies. I'm sure you've probably heard of them, and if you don't follow them and you haven't seen their videos, then I'll put a link in the description and you can check them out. They really do great stuff. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so I'm getting some orchard fruits, like some green apple. It's quite fresh, a little bit yeasty in there as well, only a hint. Getting a little bit of like dry wood, almost like old sawdust. That sort of orchard fruit is turning into a little bit of red berries now. Maybe a hint of tobacco in there as well. This is the sort of whiskey that might need time to open up a little bit more and get more flavours from the nose, but so far it's not bad. Let's move on to the palate. This is interesting, it really is quite nice. At first, I didn't think I was getting too much in terms of ABV on the palate. It was, I would have said easily 40%, but now there's a little bit more heat, so I think 43 to 46% ABV. The fruitiness is interesting. It's turned into like red apples, and it's not necessarily fresh red apples, almost like slightly stewed fresh. No, fresh doesn't make sense. Slightly stewed, cooked red apples. Maybe even potentially I'd err on the side of like apple flavoured sweets, maybe like fruit gummies, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's got a hint of sort of synthetic apple to it. Let's have another sip. Yeah, that fruit's quite nice, it's quite sweet, not overly sweet. It reminds me a little bit of things like Glenfiddich, like the 12 or the 15, or not fully the 15, but sort of in between those two. It really is fairly straightforward. I'd probably guess this is a Highland or Speyside Scotch whisky. It is quite light, as I said, but there is a little bit of pepper on the finish, a little bit of wood, a little bit of that tobacco that I picked up on the nose, but not much more in terms of fruit or other flavours. It is really quite simple and a little bit soft. If I had to have a stab in the dark, I'd say this could potentially be a Glenmurray. I know I do have a good number of Glenmurray samples still in my collection, but other than that, I can't really put my finger on it other than a Highland or a Speyside Scotch under 46% ABV. Should we find out what I'm drinking? Right, so it's Aberlour 14 double cask. It's 40% ABV and it was sent to me by Andrew Bardsley. So thanks, Andrew. It's definitely one I've not tried before. Aberlour, obviously I have tried Aberlour, both the 10, the 12. I think I've tried a couple of their cask strength releases, but yeah, I'm not averse to Aberlour. It often is a little lackluster from the core range, and obviously the 14 is a new addition to that range. As I said in my sort of flavour notes that I was picking out, it's nice, it's simple, it's definitely inoffensive, and well, I'm glad I tried it, but I'm also glad I haven't bought a bottle of it. It's always nice to try something which saves you having to spend money on a bottle. If you like the sound of this and you haven't already, then I'll put a link in the description. You can check out the bottle itself. If you've made it this far and you don't already subscribe, then please do so, because I produce content like this on a weekly basis. And if this isn't up your street, hopefully the next one will be. I'll see you next time. Stauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.